This place ain't half bad. My first day here and already got me a boyfriend.
Uh-oh. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. I'm taking a look at this week's Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide here with you. This one is called The New Kid. Don't know anything about it. As usual, all I see is this still frame, and I have no idea why they're dressed up like this or who this other kid is. I don't know if he's the new kid. I don't recognize this teacher behind them. I don't know. So we're going to find out here together. Just a reminder to subscribe to the channel. If you tune in week after week to these Ned's Declassified episodes, but you're not a subscriber, why not take just a brief moment and click the button below and become a subscriber to the channel? I really appreciate it. But let's get into the episode.
Everybody, I'd like you to meet a new student to Polk, Bernice Glibbenhocker.
Okay. Uh-oh. She looks tough.
School's never easy, but for new kids, it can be exceptionally tough. So if you're a new kid or just met one, check out these tips.
Okay, here we go.
New kids don't know anybody, so the first place to start is introducing yourself.
Yeah, and I always like the tips. Usually he doesn't start with tips quite this early in the episode, but I do like this one. You do have new students show up at school, and it is tough to be a new student sometimes because you don't know anybody. So yeah, I like this, going right up to them and introducing themselves, although this student looks a little tough, but let's find out.
Hey, I'm Ned. It's easy for a new kid to get lost, so ask for directions.
This
or help
girl.
show them around. Your next class is 3 doors down on the right.
And I've never seen anybody act quite like that. I have seen plenty of bad attitudes, but I've never seen a student just wad up their schedule. They usually do want and need that schedule, because otherwise, what are they going to do? They'll have nowhere to go. So I've never seen a student wad up their schedule and throw it in the trash, but I have seen bad attitudes, unfortunately, before. But most of the time, a new student is just going to want to get used to the school and know where to go and meet a few people. This is not usually the case.
And no one wants to eat alone on their first day.
Yeah,
So make a date or invite a new kid to lunch. You might make a new friend.
that's pretty good.
This place ain't half bad. My first day here and already got me a boyfriend.
Uh-oh. That's probably not what he had in mind. There are students that come from schools that maybe aren't as good. Maybe the school she came from was not as good at Polk or had more problems than Polk does. And she thinks it's nice because it's better than where she came from at our previous school. So yeah, that does happen. And as far as kind of getting attached to Ned this quickly, that's a little unusual. I have seen it where a new student will gravitate toward one of the students really quickly, but not quite this quickly. This is a little unusual. Okay.
So the new kid is your new girlfriend. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a girlfriend, but I'd like to be part of the selection process.
Yeah, it's been like 10 minutes. I mean, this is this is kind of ridiculous here.
She's tough.
Uh-oh.
Who's she? I'm Jennifer. Back off.
He's mine.
Oh,
No, we're just friends.
Back off.
Backing.
Backing. Catch
That's-
you later, Tiger.
Ow. Why do I attract weirdos? You're weird.
and then up he walks. I don't know what he's trying to do here. And Ned has this new girl and the huge crew, and he does kind of attract weirdos in a weird way if you think back to previous episodes.
Speaking of weird,
They're moving me up to 8th grade English lit.
Oh, okay.
Good show.
Why does that mean he has to wear this outfit and talk like that? 8th grade English lit. That's a little weird.
you to read English, not be English.
Yeah.
Look, technically I'm a new kid. And the advantage of being a new kid is making a new start and be somebody you've always wanted to be.
Ah,
Well, that
okay.
works.
And that is true. I guess if he's being put in a new class for one period of the day, then he is in a weird way. He's a new kid to that class anyway, and he can kind of make a first impression on them. Whatever he wants that first impression to be, it's just he's chosen kind of a weird one here, but let's see what happens.
We have a new student in class. Please welcome Lord Simon Nelson Cook, the Duke of Hazzard.
Good day,
of
all.
Hazzard.
I'm so looking forward to this delightful class.
Say something again in English.
Cheerio. Fishing.
No, this would not happen. So these kids would have seen Cookie around the school, and they know he's not English. This is like really, really ridiculous. And even if he were, it wouldn't quite have this effect, but okay.
Now we have 2 students from England.
Really?
2 students.
Nigel, he's out sick today, but he's very Britishy.
Ah.
Fantastic. I can't wait to chat with the chap.
Hey, Gordy.
That's not Gordy.
Ah, I see you've met the new kid. That young go-getter is Jack Spratt, my assistant.
You need an assistant?
Mo's work gets in the way of Gordy time. So
Gordy
I'm
time. Yeah, I've heard about this Gordy time. I think he said it a couple of episodes ago, something about Gordy time. I'm like, what does that mean exactly? Him just slacking off. And he's mentioned the night guy before. I was wondering if this was the night guy, but it seems to be, I guess, his assistant is what he said. I don't know why he needs an assistant, but let's see.
helping Jack get his start in the custodial arts, and in return,
Custodial
he
arts.
cleans everything.
For now, old man. But soon my superior cleaning skills will launch me to the top custodial position, and you will be my assistant.
Wow. And he mentions going to the top position in a larger school or larger school district. You do have a head custodian that's in charge of all the other custodians. I have served in schools where that was the case, where you might have 5, 10, 15 custodians, depending on the size of the school. So you have one that's kind of the head that you kind of deal with and work with to manage the various cleaning tasks and maintenance of the school.
There's a real English kid in my class, and he's gonna bust me.
Just come clean. Tell everyone you're joking and be yourself. They'll love plain old American techno geek Cookie.
You're right. I'll start studying British reference books so he'll never know I'm not English.
What?
Or you could threaten to hurt him if he squeals.
Yeah, she's being portrayed as like this tough, rough around the edges kind of student. And you do have those. I have worked with plenty of those before. And she says, oh, you could threaten to hurt him. Yeah, that's not good. That could get him in some pretty deep trouble if he does, but I don't see him doing that.
You take algebra? What's it to you? Where's room 116? Go inside. It's your first door on your right. Late it's out. Her love hurts.
Okay. And at first, I thought this was Gordy, but it's Jack. And you know what? That's a potential firing for Jack. So I have no idea where this episode is going to take us, but I guess I'll start a counter on Jack here. This should get pretty interesting. Okay.
Did you see that?
Yeah, those lockers are spotless.
Gordy,
Uh-oh.
have you seen Jack? I have something important to tell him.
Gordy's been here for years, and he's twice the janitor Jack is. You cannot promote him.
Is he, though? Is he twice the janitor Jack is? He's constantly avoiding doing work, giving the kids bad advice, allowing them to be in his janitor's closet for extended periods of time, giving them things they're not supposed to have. Is he really twice the janitor? Although I haven't seen anything that great from Jack yet. Even though he wiped that off that he was writing, he still could be fired for that if someone saw it. But let's see what Mose and Krubs decide here.
Vice Principal Krubs, you had a piece of lint, but lint be gone. Jack, listen.
Wait. You listen. If there was a janitor Olympics, Gordy would clean up.
Mm.
In fact, Gordy challenges Jack to a school cleanup. Winner gets to be head custodian.
Oh, okay. I was just going to tell Jack there's an opening at another school, but I like your clean off idea better. Winner gets to be the boss.
Oh man, she shouldn't have opened her mouth. Yeah, I was thinking he hasn't even said anything yet. She should just let him say what he's going to say, and then if he tries to promote Jack, then she can challenge him. But no, she went ahead and jumped the gun and created a situation that actually might hurt Gordy in the end. But let's see. Uh-oh.
You're going down, old man.
Oh, man. What?
We gotta get you ready.
Right.
Bernice,
What?
I haven't been honest with you. I already have a girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I have 3.
What? Oh boy. Oh no.
I love Ned.
So do we! You want to join Club Ned? We
Oh,
talk
no.
about Ned all day.
Yeah, I do remember Club Ned from the School Clubs episode. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But I wonder how she's going to respond to this. Is she going to be okay with it, or is she going to get angry at them? Let's see.
You want me to join your club? Yeah. Where is it?
Go out of the cafeteria, hang a left, and it's 2 doors down on your right.
Oh boy. What? Poor Ned. Come on. Come on. Okay, I get it now. So the kid that was in, he had like a top hat and a suit, and students don't dress like that to school. And if you are watching from the UK, I'm sorry on behalf of the Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide show, but it is pretty funny. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this ridiculousness.
Hello
Oh
there.
boy.
You must be Lord Cook.
Lord
I've heard
Cook.
so much about you.
Pleasure to meet you.
What in the world? And by the way, he mentioned English literature. You do have British lit classes. Typically in high school, here where I live, students typically take a class in British literature when they get in the 12th grade, shortly before graduation. It's different every place as far as the scope and sequence of the various courses, but here, older students, when they're about to graduate high school, it's typically their last English class that they have. They might have an American lit class, a British lit class, but it's different everywhere depending on what U.S. state you live in. And I see Shakespeare here on the board, which would definitely be part of a British lit class. I don't hear the term English lit very much, but British lit to refer to literature in the English language that specifically originates from someplace in the UK. But let's keep going.
Sham! This man is not English, and I submit to you that he's lived within miles of this school for his entire life.
Come on.
How'd you know? I mean, fish and chips are me.
No, don't be too hard on the lad. He just wanted to be accepted, like all new students
True.
do. Let's start.
Actually, no, he didn't want to be accepted. He wanted to start it. I can't remember what he said. Start fresh or be something he's always wanted to be.
The advantage of being a new kid is making a new start
and
be somebody you've always wanted to be.
Not be accepted. He wanted to sort of make up his own identity here. But let's see how this turns out.
Maybe have class outside today.
Why, yes, Nigel. What a pleasant idea.
Why does he get to decide that? That's a little unusual. Okay.
You probably left a lot of friends back in England. You must miss them.
Yes, my old soccer mates were the best.
Don't they call it football in England?
Yes, football was fun. Traipsing up and down the field.
It's called it.
Yeah, this guy's accent keeps getting weirder and weirder. It wasn't great to begin with, but now it's kind of all over the place. So I guess he's a sham too, I'm guessing.
It's...
Oh, yes, right, quite. Whatnot, and...
You're not English either.
Come on, don't tell. I'm from Ohio. I'm supposed to be friends with a new kid from Ohio.
So he wanted to be unique and special. He was kind of doing the same thing Cookie is doing. Yeah, I wonder if he reveals his true nature or not. Let's see.
How'd you know I was faking?
I didn't. I just took a shot and you caved.
So Nigel faked the whole new kid thing too?
Who could blame him? It's hard being a new kid.
Wait, where's Bernice?
We kicked her out of Club Ned.
Oh,
Why?
really?
She's weird.
She wanted to talk about algebra, not you.
Mm.
And it's Club Ned, not Club Geek.
Ooh.
And she picks her nose. A lot.
Yeah, and this brings up a question that maybe they'll address about stereotypes. Some people are very unfairly judged prematurely. There are plenty of students that I've worked with that do have kind of a tough demeanor, but are really, really smart or in advanced classes, which some people think is not the norm. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it is unfair to judge people prematurely before you really get to know them.
Hey, guys.
I don't know how that's going to go.
This hallway of grime is going to determine who.
You know, when I saw Krubs doing this, I half expected those two announcers to come out. The two announcers that came out during the weightlifting competition between Ned and Loomer, and then they were here during the spelling bee. And I think the other time they were there was the return of the Killer Bees when Ned and Cookie were going to fight each other, but then it just got really weird. But they don't seem to be here this time.
On your mark, get set.
What in the world? What are they going to do? The litter dash. Okay. Yeah, and just picking up trash, that is definitely something that custodians do. It should be something that everybody kind of does, but custodians do clean up trash for sure. He's giving the papers back to the people. Speedy squeegee. Oh, gross. Yeah, cleaning glass, definitely a task that would fall under custodians. No. Getting behind. Oh, gross. So gross. Oh, ice cream cleanup. Yeah, food spills. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, that's gross. And you know, as gross as this is, and Gordy doesn't appear to be doing well, I bet it's going to be in all of this. He seems to take more care to look after the students also, which is kind of appropriate. Custodians helping kids out from time to time in appropriate ways. I would argue that Gordy does it in inappropriate ways and goes way, way too far with it and gets far too close to the students. But just being a helping hand at times is okay. Eat it off the floor. Jack's already done. Here we go. What's going to happen? What?
Gordy wins.
Has he helped the student?
What?
Is that it?
What? Gordy may be the worst cleaner ever. No,
True.
Is the worst cleaner.
Yeah, I kind of agree. And I could tell by the way this little contest went that this was going to happen, that he's going to say he's better with the students. And there's something to be said for that. Now, the reality is that the primary job is to clean. In the real world, if Gordy was like really good with the students but never ever cleaned, I don't think he could really get by with that. He would have to still be a good custodian. But if you had two custodians that were both good and one of them was good with the students also, that may be taken into account.
But he knows it's the kids who come first. And that's what being a school janitor is about.
I could not work for Gordy. I quit.
Oh, it's too late to kiss up now, Jack Sprat. You are fired.
What?
Fired.
Yeah, and by the way, he couldn't do that even if he was head custodian, and even if Jack didn't quit. The position of head custodian in places where I've been doesn't really come with like the ability to fire people, but they may document things and keep track of who's cleaning what and how well they're cleaning it, but it's really the principal or assistant principal that is going to be making those kind of decisions.
I heard you got kicked out of Club Ned. So, you're a tough as nails girl who likes math and boogers?
Was she trying to do the
This
same
is my
thing?
third school in 2 years. It's hard being a new kid, so I I become, let's see, cheerleader Bernice.
Yeah, I thought so. So she was doing the same thing that Cookie was doing in the class, sort of creating a new identity for herself. And the kids here wouldn't know any better because they've never laid eyes on her. So she has the chance to really be who she wants, but she should really just be herself. And I'm sure that will be the message, not try to create all these false identities of herself.
This is goth Bernice. And now I'm tough Bernice.
But who's the real Bernice?
The real Bernice
Mm.
is a nose-picking math geek. Oh, and talk.
That looks like the, I forgot his name. They said his name earlier. The guy who talks to himself, they look like his glasses.
To herself. Then I think you're dating the wrong guy. But it's 7th period. Go by room 126. 3 doors down on your left.
That's him. Yeah, I forgot his name. No, I forgot his name. What?
So, if you're a new kid, be yourself.
Yeah.
And be patient. You will find someone who likes the same things you do.
True.
And you will make friends.
Yeah, I totally agree. Whether it's a big school or a small school, I do see new students gravitate towards someone or connect with someone. It's almost inevitable. And yeah, very good advice.
Man, it's good to be my all-American normal cookie self again.
Good day, chaps.
What?
I'm a new student and would love a tour of this marvelous educational facility.
What?
Come on, let's go.
Bet you must love fish and chips.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
The
right.
cliches in this
Yeah, I'm more of a
episode.
man guy myself.
All right, well, that's the episode. I enjoyed this one too. This one and the last one were really good. It had a lot of stuff to talk about as far as being the new kid and stuff with the custodians. I really liked this one. Again, a lot for me to comment on. Still loving this series. I'm so glad you all put me onto this series so long ago. Seems like forever ago now, but I plan to go all the way to the end, and I hope you're right here with me. Speaking of which, if you like these episodes and you watch them every week, but you're not a subscriber, please take a minute and click the button down below. Your subscription to the channel helps me to continue to produce content. And with that, I'll leave the video right here. I'll see you on the next one here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.